Who did it better? Pitch meeting
versus
Honest Trailer.
If you're new and you're watching, what we do here is everything new with gaming, movies, anime, and funny reaction videos. Follow us on TikTok. Also, vote in the comments on who did it better.
So, you have a new season of Stranger Things for me? Yes, sir, I do. And guess what? No. Frickin' Hopper is alive. Oh, man, it must have been tough for him to survive that big machine explosion that vaporized everyone in the room last season. Actually, it was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, check this out. He got out of the way. What? Yeah, it turns out that was an option that was on the table, just jumping out of the way. So he's alive, he didn't die. Wow, well, okay, that was easy. Yeah, but see, then it turns out he was picked up by some Russians who somehow got there before the Americans arrived, and they put him in this crazy Russian prison. Oh, those are in Russia. And so Joyce and Murray are gonna have to head over there and help him escape. Very exciting. But then he gets caught and goes back to jail, and they're gonna have to help him escape. Oh, but then later they're gonna escape, and they realize they gotta go back. So they're just kind of going in and out of prison this season. In and out for hours, sir. Plus Hopper has like a broken ankle and probably frostbitten feet. Man, that's probably gonna complicate things. Nope. Oh, okay. And we're gonna have this nice reunion with him and Joyce, and they're actually gonna kiss. Aww. Yeah, it's really nice, and he lets her know that he's been eating maggot-filled bread for months. Oh my god. Yeah, so you can imagine how that kiss tasted. Yeah. Okay, enough about the Russia stuff. What's going on with the Upside Down? What's the big threat this season? Oh, we got this new bad guy this season. Oh boy, so what's his deal? He's this super scary guy. He's bald and slimy looking. He's got like dark magical powers. Right. And many years ago when the hero was young, they somehow defeated this powerful villain, and he's been plotting his return ever since. And so beyond all odds, it's gonna be a group of high school students that have to take on this bald, super powerful magic guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar, wants to take over the world with his dark powers, thinks non-magical people are beneath him, name starts with the V. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody's familiar with Voldemort. What? No, it's not Voldemort. I'm not talking about Voldemort. What do you mean it's not Voldemort? You just described Voldemort. No, he's not like Voldemort at all. Does he have a nose? So what's Voldemort up to? What does he want? He's not, okay, so Voldemort is terrorizing Hawkins, and he's doing this thing where he's snapping kids' legs and blowing their eyes up. Oh my god. Yeah, and this cool new character, Eddie's gonna get blamed for these murders, so the team's gonna try to help him not get killed by the townspeople. Very nice of them. And so Voldemort needs to open up these 4 gates from the Upside Down, and one of the people he's targeting is Max. Oh no. But right before he kills her, they figure out that if she's listening to her favorite song, he can't kill her, and also they find out the house that he's living in. How do they figure that out? Well, after he attacks Max, she's like doodling these little pieces of what she saw, and then Nancy assembles them all together and is like, whoa, this is a house. She was just doodling disconnected pieces of a house that then intricately assembled to form said house. That's what we're going with. Well, okay then, and what else is going on? Well, Jonathan has a new friend named Argyle, and what's he bringing to the table? A van and salt access. Oh, sick, and what's going on with Eleven? Well, she's been living in California with Will and Jonathan, and her powers are gone. Oh yeah, that's right. So she's gonna reluctantly work with Dr. Brenner to get her powers back and go save her friends. Didn't he die in the first season? Wasn't he killed by a Demogorgon? It sure seemed that way because of what happened, but no, he survived. How? By not explicitly dying on screen. Oh yeah, that does tend to be a great survival tactic. Important. It does. So he's using this machine to bring Eleven back into her forgotten memories of that whole experiment thing when she was a kiddo. Okay. So she's remembering all these conversations she had with this Henry guy that worked there. Conversations? Couldn't she not talk back then? Hey, shut up. And so eventually she accidentally sets this guy loose, not realizing that he was actually number 1 and he hates Dr. Brenner and he's evil. Yeah, so he goes nuts and kills all the other kids and injures Dr. Brenner. Why doesn't he kill Brenner too if he hates him so much? Unclear, but so then Eleven goes super intense and sends him into the Upside Down where he turns into Vecna. Who? Voldemort. He's from Harry Potter. Right, and so eventually we're gonna get to the finale and all the good guys have to do this crazy stuff simultaneously to defeat the bad guy. What do they have to do? Well, a bunch of them head into the Upside Down. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. And so Dustin and Eddie need to lure a bunch of these bat things away from the Voldemort house so Steve and Nancy and Robin could go kill him while they're using Max as bait. And how do they distract the bats? Oh, well, Eddie does this crazy Metallica performance on top of a trailer, and then when the bats come flying in, he has to rush down and get inside the trailer, and let me tell you, he cuts it pretty close. Why didn't he do that performance right in front of the door? Because being on the roof looks a lot cooler. That's a good point. And later, Freddy's gonna die.
Facts.
That makes sense. Oh, you're not surprised? I mean, he's a seemingly lovable character introduced in a new season of Stranger Things. That's pretty much a death sentence. That's a good point, but he does die like a hero by distracting some bats that didn't really need to be distracted anymore. Well, great. And meanwhile, in Voldemort's house, the other characters are gonna get choked out by some vines. Oh no. For 45 minutes. How did they not die? Unclear. And so then at the same time, Eleven is using her powers to go inside Max's mind to try to defeat Voldemort. Oh, how does that go? Well, they show their hands to each other for quite some time. Amazing. And at a certain point, it seems like Eleven's gonna lose, but then Mike tells her that he loves her and she needs to fight, so that gives her an extra boost. She just spent the whole season trying to get her powers back so she could fight. Did she really need a reminder? I just needed something for Mike to do. Oh, okay, gotcha. And at the same time in Russia, Hopper and Joyce and Murray realize they need to join the fight as well. What? How? Oh, well, they vaguely find out that the kids are fighting some kind of evil back home, so they're like, hey, there were some monsters at the prison, so maybe if we go fight them, that'll help in some way, because it's like a hive mind. Oh, a very big leap. A huge leap, sir, but not only does it turn out they're right, they do it at precisely the perfect moment. Wow, crazy how stuff like that works out sometimes, huh? I know, right? Especially when I've written it that way. Yeah. So they manage to defeat Voldemort, but then Max dies, which opens up this massive gate all around Hawkins. Oh no. But then Eleven brings Max back from the dead, which is a thing she can do now. Oh, great. Yeah, and so then 2 days later, wait, 2 days? What happened? How'd they get out of the Upside Down? Don't worry about it. So they're back and the gates are closed and Max is in a coma and the gates reopen and we're done. Wait, what? We're done. Check back in like 3 years, please. Oh, okay. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like a great season. Hey, what do you think we should use for Max's favorite song? Well, I was thinking we bring Kate Bush back into the mainstream with that song Running Up That Hill. Oh, we're gonna give that old song a huge boost. Oh, bringing back the Bush is tight. Don't phrase it like that. Sorry, yeah, no. But we totally will, though.
Alright, honest trailer, let's go. Let's see what honest trailer got for us.
Hopefully honesty.
Now that their stock is in Pound Town, another Squid Game is still 2 years off, and you have more choices than ever when it comes to background noise. I mean streaming services. The only show keeping Netflix alive has returned. I think you should leave.
I don't know what to tell you, bud. We're just shooting funerals and showing the ones where the bodies fly out.
Also, Stranger Things. It's still pretty popular. There's only one more season until Stranger Things is over, and one more year until these kids can legally drink. Now, the Duffers are serving up 13 more hours of 80s reference stew.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Cheech and Chong's next movie, 16 Candles, Teen Wolf, and Romancing the Stone.
But since they're almost out of Stephen King to crib from, almost. They're tapping brand new sources of nostalgia, like heavy metal album covers, famous 90s movies, and in some real snake eating its own butthole moments, early seasons of Stranger Things. Oh, Stranger Things. I liked that show when I was a kid. Goonies Never Say Die, and Stranger Things took that shit to heart.
Last night, we couldn't even take one group picture because there was like 50 of us. I was like, you need to start killing people off.
They just need to have one massacre scene.
As always, there's Millie Bobby Brown's 11, who's still getting more nosebleeds than a horny anime guy. Watch her get bullied at regular school, and Xavier's Academy for Gifted Youngsters, putting the young actress through more pain and abuse than the time she went on Hot Ones.
My face doesn't feel like my face.
Then catch up with Mike, Will, Jonathan, and an enchanted bong who came to life.
That's a funny word, man.
For an indie road trip dramedy about that unforgettable spring where you realized you're gay in the back of a van. Plus, there's Lucas and Max. He's pretending not to be a nerd, while we're pretending an 80s trailer park kid likes Kate Bush more than Skinnerd. And don't forget Dustin, Steve, Erica, Robin, Nancy, Blossom, Jughead, and Gwildor. This exposition gang is here to speedrun us through all the nerdy lore of the Upside Down.
So if the Demogorgon was just his foot soldier,
feckless his 5-star general.
While protecting an absolute legend named Eddie Munson, this metalhead with a heart of gold must stay one step ahead of a terrible curse, being a fan-favorite newcomer on Stranger Things.
Poor guy.
They say he's gonna come back as like a zombie or something. They love him too much.
Dang it, again? Justice for Eddie. You too, Chrissy. You too, newspaper twerp. You too, other bully. Had enough characters? Well, too bad, because most of the adults are still alive too, and they're slogging through cuttable plot lines like my 2 lab dads.
You don't understand what he's capable of.
This is not our choice whether she wants to stay or go, right, Doc?
The Great Russian Trope-Off.
Я слыхал, что какой-то контрабандист орехов и пасти был некогда отличным парнем.
And Joyce and Murray's epic side quest to bring back Chief Hopper.
I'm gonna die someday, but not today.
A character who should be dead, but someone wanted to watch David Harbour get tortured.
And he got tortured.
That part is gruesome.
Like, a lot.
Yeah. A little too much, to be honest. Like,
Stop! He wasn't that bad in the Hellboy remake.
Let's seal it with a kiss.
I still have to watch that.
Okay, just one more time.
I don't want to.
But Hopper's not the only lumbering, unkillable, bald monster. There's Vecna, a psychic with the wettest tentacles you've ever seen squelch. After 11 send him to the Upside Down and burn his dick off, Skeletor's cousin, who had too much work done, is back for revenge. And he'll get it in a 5-step, 7-day-long process for killing one kid that feels pretty inefficient for America these days.
I'll throw in 20 rounds of buckshot for you.
But it's the first time we've seen an even matchup for 11, as long as you overlook his only 2 weaknesses, music and friendship. No, they're using the buddy system. It burns. So get ready for more cozy, bingeable comfort food that you would have stopped watching years ago if it weren't for your parasocial relationship with the cast, as Netflix begs you to stick with them through their awkward phase.
You grown. Yeah.
And if we keep our subscriptions until the next earnings report, they can pretend it's 2020 again. Come on, guys, stick around. It's just 10 to 20 bucks a month. Even cheaper once we fill full of ads. Don't you want to know if this is cake? No? You'll be back for season 5. Starring Take This L. How many fins could a wolf hard wolf if a Finn wolf could wolf hard? You can't put that haircut on a grown man. It's cruel.
That's funny.
Dusty the Clown. Cleeks and Geeks.
That's a good one.
Stephen King. Nan Helsing. This one time at band camp, buyer's remorse. My only regret is that I have bonitis. 2 years away from starring in Beetlejuice. Get to the hopper! This is what happens when you pirate Metallica, kids. Nina Papa always gets paid. Venti. Like now, Scoob. Yak Win, the USSR. And the Duffer Brothers' one rule for their core characters.
Everything works out. Happy ending for everybody.
Epic Creel time.
Yeah, he was like he was kind of on and off as a character.
Yeah.
I didn't too much like
Okay,
him
I'll just
as a
say it.
character.
Jason had every reason to think the last person seen alive with his dead girlfriend, a drug dealer who went into hiding, was the murderer. But hey, cut him in half for not being caught up on the lore, sure.
Oh,
I
boy.
piggybacked.
Oh boy, that was those two were very good. I actually enjoyed both of them. I would definitely have to lean towards Honest Trailers over Pitch Meeting.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
Pitch Meeting was funnier.
Pitch Meeting was hilarious, but I really have to lean towards Honest Trailers a little bit more.
I like the references that he made. He made a lot of like Honest Trailer. He made a lot of references to different movies and to different things. Like
Yes.
yeah.
He was like really in it with that.
But Brian George was funnier.
You know, also today's Stranger Things Day. I don't know if you guys know that, and hopefully later today we should have like a big announcement for Stranger Things 5.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see what they say, or if they make any kind of announcements or a trailer or something. I think they're a bit off from a trailer, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear what's the update. When are we expecting Stranger Things 5? I'm hyped to see it. I'm a super fan. But guys, let us know who did it better. Pitch Meeting or Honest Trailer. Don't forget to like, and also don't forget to
subscribe to PLC 85.